know what? I have an idea. Come here, boys. Go for a ride. Ready? All right, little man. Here you go. Start it up for you guys. Cool it down. I'll be right back, boys. All right. Good boys. We'll be seeing that thing another time. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and welcome to the Wifey's JL Jeep. We decided to take the pups today. As you guys saw, we've got Dream Diesel giveaway number 11 chilling at the house, taking advantage of it before one of you take it home. Just want to say thank you all so much to those of you that decided to get entered for that truck. All the entries are now safe and sound with the sweepstakes administrator, and we should have a winner announcement by the beginning of August. So definitely stay tuned, smash that notification button, and definitely follow us on Instagram and Facebook. All that information is below, and that's where we'll be making those announcements. Now, mind you as well, dog number 1, doors off giveaway number 1 for the new company is also over. They happen to both end on July 23rd. So if you chose to get entered for that one, as we're talking more about that on the Doors Off Supply Company YouTube channel, well, thank you as well. Expect the same for that business right in the beginning of August for an announcement. How is it, bro? Does it feel good to be out? Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. How is it back there, Mr. Dude? Yeah, good boys. So here's the deal, guys. In today's video, we're headed to start our reassembly of the 5th gen project. Jake's over there right now getting everything prepped and ready for all of our viewing pleasure. I cannot wait to show you guys what we've kind of been hiding over the last few videos for the 5th gen project. We're finally gonna see a very, very, very beautiful 5th gen quite literally come together before our eyes, and today is when we kick that off. You ready to show everybody what we've been hiding, bro? Yeah? You think they're gonna like it? I think so too, dude. How about we jump right into the reveal? Ready? Yeah, good boys. Boys, I've held out for long enough. Thank you all so much for your patience. I know y'all are excited. So without further ado, check out these parts. There's a lot of them. I mean, try and pay attention to everything that's going on. I'm looking at all this like, wow, where do I even get started? About a ton of freaking parts. Oh my God, where do I even get started? You can see why it's taken us about 2 weeks time to get everything back from powder coat and actually in our presence so we can actually begin the reassembly of putting all these absolutely gorgeous parts back onto our 5th gen. How do you like our color coordination, guys? This is what we call Tropical Fusion by Prismatic. It's, as I'm looking through the screen on the back of this camera, it's not even coming through at all. It looks very teal, but it's actually like kind of a little bit of a green, but it's a mix between green and teal, if that makes any sense. There's actually a lot of yellows and greens and blues in this color. It's super dynamic. You can look at it in different lights and it'll come off as teal, and in other lights it'll come off as green. And in other lights, it'll actually have a yellowy flare to it. You can see a little bit of it right there. And honestly, in other lights, it's just super powdery, glossy, and flaky. It's a really, really cool color. I was originally thinking teal, but then when I spoke with Miles from Flight Fab, he told me about this color and it was like a no-brainer. So let's just run through everything really, really quickly, and then we're actually gonna get started on installing. We wanna get right to work. We're gonna go right to left. On the right side here, you have a quick glance at some of the Flight Fab hand-assembled products by Miles over at Flight Fab himself. He came through on this. This is his basically 4-link kit for the 5th gens. We've got our front 4-link extension bracket, which goes right on the frame. It'll be replacing the factory bracket, and it'll actually be dropping it down. It's gonna look so sick. As an added bonus, we actually went and allowed Miles to get really creative, put LED strips behind these Flight Fab black powder-coated faceplates that'll actually illuminate when we turn on the lights to the truck that will get wired up. So we've got our fronts and our rears here hanging out. We've got all of our other supporting hardware and assemblies down here. We obviously just ran out of room because there's a lot of stuff. We also have Flight Fab's adjustable front traction bar, which has been powder coated to match. All that good stuff. We've got powder coated bike lug nuts to match, and wheels are not done yet, but they should be coming here in probably an upload or 2. We obviously just need to get all this stuff installed before we can get wheels on this thing and get it officially off the lift. It's honestly killing me. I've had this absolutely brand new truck, and the most I ever drove it was literally like 5 miles from Lime Ridge to my shop. So I want to drive this thing in the worst way. We've got our powder-coated trailer hitch receiver. It is gorgeous. I cannot wait to see this thing on the back under the bumper. This is the track bar relocation bracket from Wicked Customs, which we're also going to be installing their 3-inch leveling kit. So they're the leveling pucks that will go up into basically the top of the front spring. It'll kind of chill in there, and it will get us riding nice and level instead of riding kind of at a pitch. These things turned out sick. Check out some of those welds. Wicked Custom. Shout out to those guys. Nice collaboration between them and Flight Fab on this build. Of course, we've got all of our springs completely powder coated to match, as well as our sway bars and our sway bar bushing brackets. That is like kind of a 5,000 mile high perspective on things. I don't really want to go too much more into detail yet. We can jump into that, but I know that you guys really want to see this stuff on the truck, and honestly, I do too, so I'm kind of rushing through it a little bit, but without further ado, there's a lot of stuff to be done here, and it's going to look a hell of a lot better on the truck than it does here in person. Take a good look. Peace out.
Give me a sign if you wanna come. Just give me a sign. I don't wanna front, I just wanna see you. Just give me a sign if you wanna come. Why you presenting games? I don't wanna play. I've been on my grind, I just wanna lay down with you. Spark a doobie, hit the town with you. Life is complicated, but I found in you something simple, I can wrap my head around it. Be my lady, cause you keep it around it. You see all the women in my DMs, it's astounding. You ain't gotta worry about a thing, you got me grounded. Yeah, I say any truth that I wanna say. Let's appreciate our youth like it's our final days. I'm the rarest in the deck, call me Ace of Spades.
Dudes, I have great news. It's not the fact that all these parts look fantastic or the fact that they're mostly installed. It's actually the fact that our master certified technician finally arrived at the shop to make sure and supervise the proper reassembly of the Black Dodge. Dude. He just went so cross-eyed. Yeah, I think he's passing some gas, so maybe we should just let him do his thing. Any dads out in the audience, we know what those gas cries sound like, but man, once that gas is passed, what a happy baby. We got mom and baby over here hanging out. He was just over here miring all of this absolutely fantastic powder coat. What's up, dude? Welcome to the vlog. Guys, this is Jack the Fourth right here. The big debut on the vlog. That's my man right there. He'll be taking over the channel before you guys know it. Just watch. If he's got his mom's personality, he's gonna have like 1 million+ subscribers on YouTube without a question of a doubt. All right, so back to where we were. We did get Little Jack's approval. Everything looks fantastic. We've got our beautiful Flight Fab bars installed. We've got our wires hanging down because wiring's gonna happen at a later point in time. We've got our rear sway bar installed. We've got our springs installed. We're pretty much ready to rock. Shocks are bolted loosely and kind of fit in place. We just got to get the axle up a little bit to compress to get those to work. These are your standard 0 to 1.5 inch ride height shocks, basically meaning 4 stock ride height in the rear. And we do need to get the receiver back in and installed, but the only issue there is we cannot lift the truck up over the jack stands because right now the front axle is basically completely suspended, and in other words would just kind of droop too much. We don't want to put all that stress on all the drive components, so we're going to get right back to work. On the front, we've got our Flight Fab adjustable 4-link, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got our 2 Flight Fab drop brackets. These things are gonna go pretty much right where the front lift arm is, and they're gonna drop down and look so sick. And then we've got our springs, sway bar, and our Wicked Customs leveling pucks to complement it all. And, ooh, last but not least, should we show them what we got for shocks? And while Jake's getting that, we do have our Flight Fab front adjustable track bar. Now, guys, I'm going to put all the social links for not only Wicked Customs, but also Flight Fab below. Go check out their social. They post really sick trucks. And if you're into just perusing badass truck builds on Instagram, follow both of them because there's so many trucks out amongst the interwebs of social media that have those 2 parts on it that are absolutely badass, and you can kind of get a taste of it there. Oh, I was gonna do something epic, and you're just like, nah, dude, whatever. It. All right, guys, we got some Fox 2.0 external reservoir shocks for this thing. If you noticed, we've got external reservoirs in the front, but not in the rear. You can't do external reservoirs in the rear on these trucks because of the mounting location in the frame.
Because Dodge is great.
Exactly. But they still are the 2.0s. It kind of doesn't really make sense. I don't know. I think Fox has got to kind of get their straight lately because they've been all over the place. My Denali right now is riding on Fox shocks up front, but not in the rear because they don't offer the rear shocks in their new graphics. They don't have the black. I don't know. It's all over the place. But anyway, we're gonna put these things in as well. Gonna get the front end pretty much back together. It's gonna look a lot different than what you're seeing here, and then we'll be able to get that receiver in and installed. See you again.
of reasons to let it all go. Hope we're not too broken. I know I'm not always strong, and I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been fighting ways to get away, to see you again.
It is update time. As you guys just saw, we got a ton of stuff done over the course of the last 2 days because we've kind of been chipping away at this project, taking our time and learning. Those of you that are new to the channel, you've gotten accustomed to this shop. This wasn't always the case. I actually started this YouTube channel in my garage. So we are trying to take on and expand our capabilities on this channel specifically by yours truly and Jake truly doing the mods ourselves. So we have made it this far and it's coming together great. We're really enjoying this process. There's nothing more satisfying than watching a project quite literally materialize in front of your eyes, our eyes, everyone's eyes collectively. So the rear is basically assembled. We just haven't bolted down our Fox shocks because we need to get a little bit more weight on the rear axle. We're basically gonna wait until it's on the ground to do that. And then we want to just go over everything, look at all the spec, make sure all is good. But that gives you guys a really good look at these beautiful components in this tropical fusion powder coat color. Looks green there, looks blue there. You see that, bro? It's like blue there, but like green there. It's sick looking, dude. So sick looking. Dynamic. So we've got our Flight Fab 4-link installed, stock bracket to stock bracket. And you can see we've got our wires hanging down. If you missed it, Miles over at Flight Fab out of Ohio was kind enough to run LEDs behind these Flight Fab bars. So we're gonna get these things wired up. I'm not really sure exactly to where yet, more info to come on that, but these are gonna be able to light up so you can really let people know what you're stunting as you're cruising down the road. Then on the back, we've got our powder coated sway bar and we've got our powder coated springs. Everything is ready to rock and roll there. Went together pretty simple, as long as you do the steps chronologically. Which we did, which we didn't do. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like we did. It all goes back to that whole theme of learning, right guys? Now let's talk about the front end. So you guys saw us throwing together our front sway bar. We've got our adjustable Flight Fabrications track bar installed in here, which looks really, really cool. That gives you center link adjustability. So if you have to make adjustments to your track bar with the 4-link that we're gonna be talking about here shortly, you can do that with one center bolt and it will push either bar in or out, which is very cool. We've got our powder coated springs and then we've got our Wicked Customs 3-inch leveling pucks that are right up there on the top hat for the spring. And then of course our Fox 2.0 shocks. Everything is basically assembled, so we can actually lift this thing up off the ground if we want to. Everything will stay together nice and good like. And then on top of that, we do have our Wicked Customs track bar mounting bracket. It's kind of cool because they make that bracket to run the stock track bar, which is over there. But we decided to go with Miles' setup and the Wicked Customs setup. Really ties things together well, in my opinion. So that brings us to these beautiful parts right here. This is the front 4-link from Flight Fab. We've got our bottom bars, again, with the plugs and everything like that. And we've got our top bars here, and then these really huge drop brackets that we're gonna get installed as well. This mod right here will be one of the single most critical eye-catching details on the 5th gen, because kind of right where Jake is, it will sit down right about there so you can actually see all of this engineering right in front of your eyes. So you might be asking yourself the question, why did we do this? Well, A, it's gonna look absolutely badass, and you'll see that when we're done. But B, when you go to level one of these trucks, if you don't upgrade the factory track bars to a 4-link setup, you run into that. You see that right there? That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is called the Slinky mod. We don't want to do the Slinky mod. You can run the Slinky mod if you want, but you might get made fun of on multiple pages across Instagram. That's all I'm going to say. We got to do it the right way. So we're basically going to take off these factory track bars. We're going to install the 4-link drop bracket here. It's going to sit out probably to about right in this area. And then it will give us dual link on either side adjustability to make sure that that is nice and vertical or perpendicular with the frame. We do not want it to bow out like it is. That adjustability comes from these heim joints right here. Now, when you're doing this, what's cool is you can lift the truck considerably more because these heim joints actually have a lot of adjustability. But in our instance, we basically just want to set them like this. Our lower bars, aka this one and this one, are going to be set at 35.5 inches from center to center. And then our upper ones are going to be 29 3/4 from center to center. And I think Jake already got that all ready to rock and rumble. Nice, so we're pretty much ready to rock and roll there. What we gotta do is put some pressure on the axle because we're actually gonna take both of these track bars in the back off completely, and we don't want the axle rocketing forward in that instance because things are kind of a little bit under pressure right now. We wanna make sure that it stays where it needs to stay. So we're gonna drop the truck down as we have the pleasure of this lift right here. God, I love this thing so much. We're gonna take both of those bars off either side, and then we're gonna work on getting these installed. So without further ado, let's give this a shot, guys. Big things we're trying right now. Mind you, we are not by any means certified ASE mechanics. We are more or less just hobbyists that have kind of taken it a little bit too far. But man, it's been fun watching this come together right before our eyes. This is the most satisfying thing. Learning new things is fantastic and also extremely exhausting. It's like 3.5 hours later since we last basically introduced the fact that we were gonna be doing this 4-link. It looks fantastic. I am like literally so excited that we are at this point, but there's a few other things that we're basically just trying to tie up. And we're basically running into a scenario right now where these 4-link bars are set up the exact same on each side. The driver's side looks perfect, but the passenger side is kind of slinking out a little bit. It's very bizarre. We have the shock disconnected right now, but when it's connected, it kind of bows. All right, so we got a little bit of pressure on it now. You guys can see how it's slightly bowed out, but on the driver's side, it's perfect. I mean, literally perfectly straight up and down. So we're scratching our heads at the moment. It is getting pretty late in the day, so we're gonna actually get in touch with both Wicked Customs and Flight Fab tomorrow just to try and figure out what's going on. The dope thing is we have full adjustability with these heim joints, but we don't want the passenger side to be different from the driver's side. So we're kind of trying to figure out like, what is it that we're supposed to do? Or is this just naturally Dodge? I am filming this video slightly in advance, so by the time that you guys make suggestions, we'll probably already have it figured out. But if you guys know the reason why, I would still encourage that you drop some comments below because there is a chance that we might not figure it out. We might just end up throwing it back together for the time being. But anyway, aside from our problems, let's talk about the purtiness. Yo, this thing looks dope, dude. Oh my God, look at that color. This thing looks like it's straight out of the lab. It looks freaking awesome. Cannot wait to get those Flight Fab bars all connected. There's that big Flight Fab drop bracket like I was telling you guys about, and this tropical fusion just goes so well with the black exterior of this truck. This is like one of our finishing touches for suspension. Then we're gonna be able to get wheels and tires, hopefully in the next video or the video after that, as well as all of the stuff from Peach Bottom Auto Body, and we'll have a truck that can actually run, which I'm super excited about because I haven't even been able to drive my 2019 Fit Gen other than just up to my shop from Lime Ridge. Can you imagine that? Man, it's been killing me. So that being said, guys, that's where we're gonna wrap up this video. We got a lot of cleanup to do. We've got the cat, which was just helping so much with trying to move this whole axle forward. This thing is a lifesaver in so many ways I can't even explain. We've got Dream Diesel giveaway number 11. The announcement for that should be in the beginning of August. All that information is on the website if you want to check it out. Just waiting to hear back from our sweepstakes party, as you guys know. Then we've got the wifey Jeep chilling. We've got 1,114 horsepower Freedom right here. We've got dog number 1, and then our friend Jules is down, and Jake is helping him install a leveling kit on his AT4. Super nice truck. He did something kind of cool with this. He's got his nice AT4 just like it's just the 6th. And then he went with these 22x12 red inserted fuels. They kind of really match this truck well because of its small little accents here and there. It's busy around here, boys. It's busy. So with that being said, my like league, I love you guys. Do what you do best. Definitely tap that subscribe button and click that little bell so you don't miss out on notifications. And that being said, see you all in the next upload.